Today's topic is, and very important also, Taylor's scientific management theory. F.W. Taylor emerged as the father of scientific management. F.W. Taylor, who is the father of scientific management theory? F.W. Taylor. He proposed scientific management as opposed to rule of thumb. So at this juncture, what's the word meaning of rule of thumb? Then only we can understand. In the earlier days of the Industrial Revolution, in the absence of an established theory of factory organization, factory owners or managers relied upon personal judgment. For what? In attending to the problems they confronted, that is, they faced with in the course of managing their work. Once again, factory owners or managers relied on personal judgment in attending to the problems they confronted in the course of managing their work. This is known as rule of thumb. Managing factories by rule of thumb enabled them to handle the situation as they arose, but suffered from the limitation of a trial and error approach. Sometimes it becomes successful. It's a limitation of trial and error. Sometimes may not. Trial and error approach. For their experiences to be emulated, it was important to know what works and why does it work. For this, there was a need to follow an approach that was based on the method of science, defining a problem, developing alternative solutions, anticipating consequences, measuring progress, and drawing conclusions. Same as we learned in Standard 11 statistics project work like that. Copy, collect the data, organize it, present it, analyze it, and conclude it. Like that, there are various steps. In this context only, Taylor, F.W. Taylor, he is the father of scientific management, proposed scientific management opposing rule of thumb. So we are getting a question, what's the rule of thumb? Who is the father of scientific management? And Taylor broke up human activity into small parts and found out how it could be done effectively in less time and with the increased productivity. Same value points only already we learned. Increased productivity. It implies conducting business activities according to what? According to standardized tools, methods, and trained personnel in order to increase output, improve the quality, and reduce the cost. So according to Taylor, scientific management means what? Scientific management means knowing exactly what you or the manager want. You here stands for manager, want men to do, workers to do, and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. Taylor himself achieved threefold increase in productivity by application of scientific management principles. What are they? So first of all, we can learn what scientific management. Yes, knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it. Men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and cheapest way. So that person, Taylor himself, worked on the basis of scientific theories, achieved threefold increase in productivity by application of scientific management principles. And what are they for him? It would be in order to discuss these principles. First one, scientific management word itself, science, not the rule of thumb. Science or scientific management, not the rule of thumb. So now by combining these two value points itself, you are in a position to explain this answer. Taylor pioneered or the first in the introduction of the method of scientific inquiry into the domain of management practice. And we know the limitation of rule of thumb, that is trial and error approach. Different managers would follow their indigenous rules of thumb. It is but a statement of obvious that all would not be equally effective. Taylor believed that there was only one best method to maximize efficiency. This method can be developed through study and analysis. The method so developed should substitute the rule of thumb throughout the organization. So scientific method involved investigation of what? Of traditional methods through work study, unifying the best practices, work study. That's important value word. Unifying the best practices and developing a standard method. Which would be followed throughout the organization. Followed throughout the organization. According to Taylor, even a small production activity like loading picks of iron into boxcars can be scientifically planned and managed. This can result in tremendous saving of human energy as well as wastage of time and material. The more sophisticated the process, greater will be the savings. So nowadays we know the use of internet has brought about dramatic improvements in internal efficiencies and customer satisfaction. Example, present day internet. What all things you know very well rather than me. Brought about dramatic improvements in internal efficiencies and customer satisfaction. Second point is regarding harmony, not discord. Harmony, not discord. Taylor emphasized that there should be complete harmony between the workers and the management, since if there is any conflict between the two, it will not be beneficial either for the workers or for the management. Both the management and the workers should realize the importance of each other. Management and the worker should realize the importance of each other. In order to achieve this trait, Taylor suggested complete mental revolution on the part of both management and workers. That is, there should be complete change in the attitude and outlook of workers and management towards each other. It should be kept in mind that prosperity for an employer cannot exist for a long time unless it is accompanied by the prosperity of the employees of that organization and vice versa. So it becomes possible by sharing a part of surplus with the workers, training of employees, division of work, team spirit, positive attitude, sense of discipline, sincerity, etc. etc. So management should always be ready to share the gains of the company with the workers, and workers should provide their full cooperation and hard work for achieving the organization goals. Group action with a mutual trust. Group action with a mutual, both ways, trust and understanding should be perfect. Understanding the focus of working. There should be perfect understanding between the management and workers, and both should feel that they are part of the same family. So, harmony, not discord. Thirdly, we can see Cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation and not individualism. From that sentence, it's very clear, not individualism. I do say it's an extension of the second principle, that is harmony and not discord, and lays stress on mutual cooperation between workers and the management. Mutual cooperation and the between whom and whom? Between managers and the workers. Cooperation, mutual confidence, sense of goodwill should prevail among both managers as well as workers. The main aim is to replace internal competition with cooperation. There should be complete cooperation between the labor and the management instead of individualism. Competition should be replaced by cooperation. Both should realize that they need each other. For this, management should not close its ears to any constructive suggestions made by the employees. Constructive suggestions, not destructive suggestions. Listen to the constructive suggestions of the workers. They should be rewarded for their suggestions, which results in substantial reduction costs. Rewarded. They should be part of management, and if any important decisions are taken, workers should be taken into confidence. It's very important, valuable. Workers should be taken into confidence. Into confidence. At the same time, workers should desist from going on strike and making unreasonable demands on the management. There will be open communication system. Open communication system. And goodwill, and there will be no need for even a trade union. Paternalistic style of management, guardian style of management, whereby employer takes care of the needs of employees, would prevail as in the case of Japanese companies. According to Taylor, there should be an almost equal division of work. Equal division of work and responsibility between workers and management. All the day long, the management should work almost side by side with the workers, helping, encouraging, and smoothing the way for them. Cooperation, not individualism. Fourthly, development of each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. Development of each and every person to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. Samruddhi. Industrial efficiency no doubt depends to a large extent on personal competencies. Scientific management also stood for worker development. Worker training was essential to learn the best method developed as a consequence of the scientific approach. Taylor was of the view that the concern for efficiency could be built in right from the process of employee selection. Each person should be scientifically selected. Each person should be scientifically selected. Then work assigned should suit his physical, mental, intellectual capabilities. Work assigned should suit his mental, physical and intellectual capabilities. To increase efficiency, they should be given the required training. Efficient employees would produce more and earn more. This will ensure their greatest efficiency and prosperity for both company and workers. So, from these points, it's clear that Taylor was an ardent supporter, major supporter of use of scientific method of production in business. So, what scientific management question? And science, first one, science not rule of thumb. So, in this context, we have learned what's rule of thumb also. Secondly, harmony, not discord. And there should be cooperation rather than individualism. and development of each and every person to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. So he is an ardent, very strong supporter of scientific method of production in business. All these points must be learned and explained minimum with 8 value points. Okay, all the best. Thank you.